fan right here.
You heard it
Must have
from a
been a
fan right
D-Wall.
here.
That was probably the problem, Jacob. It didn't have Milwaukee,
Probably, yeah.
Coming wrong. Yeah, I got you.
All right, so I seen this image drop across Twitter earlier today. Charles McDonald's top 10 quarterbacks entering the 2025 NFL preseason. I want to get your all's take on it because Jordan Love lands in the top 10 on this cat's list here. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Lamar Jackson. Number 3, the reigning MVP, Josh Allen. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Number 5, Justin Herbert. Number 6, Matthew Stafford. Number 7, Dak Prescott. Number 8, Geno Smith. That one really caught me off guard. But number 9, Jordan Love. And then rounding out the top 10 is C.J. Stroud. We put a poll question up. You guys make sure you go vote here on YouTube. Where would you rank Jordan Love amongst all other NFL quarterbacks? The choices are top 5, top 10, top 15, or top 20. Right now on YouTube with 69 votes. I know Jacob gets excited about that. Top 10 is leading the way at 71%. So 71% of our YouTube viewers believe Jordan Love is officially a top 10 quarterback in the league. In second, tied at second place is top 5 and top 15 at 12%. And then top 20 is coming in at 6%. We also did the same poll on Twitter, which will have a lot more votes. We'll get into that here in a second. I want to go around the horn with it, though. Jacob, we'll start with you. Where would you rank Jordan Love amongst NFL quarterbacks? And listen, this isn't like we're going to hold your feet to the fire and make you accountable for this all year.
Right.
Be asking, or Emilio said, right. Just right off the bat, somebody says, where would you rank Jordan Love? Where would you put him, Jake?
I would say honestly that's probably a pretty good ranking. Number 9. I think he's top 10. Definitely probably in that I'd say 8, 9, or 10 range. I don't think that number 9 is a bad ranking whatsoever. I think that if he's on his game, firing at all cylinders, he's a top 5 quarterback. But just in general, I think that it's fair to say that he's number 9. Sounds about right to me, to be honest.
Got it. All right.
I'm gonna disagree a little bit.
Oh, Tim, what do you got, man?
First of all, Dak Prescott and Geno Smith 7 and 8 on this list is
with no Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, dude, that's laughable. It's laughable. I would move Stafford to 5th. I would move J Love to 6th, and I'd put Herbert after J Love, and then bump Prescott and Geno down there. Maybe even arguably even move. You could even put Dak at 10 and put Geno at 9.
I think Herbert deserves to be further down.
Or Herbert, hell, even C.J. Stroud, but. I think it's fair that he's in the top 10, which is awesome. But me, I'm a J Money fan. I believe he's teetering around that, that entering that top 5 range when he's 100%, obviously, which we'll get to see this season. So we might be having a totally different conversation after the 2025 season when we do the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. But I think this is, to Jacob's point, I think it's fair. I mean, I'm going to be a homer and I'm going to want Jordan a little higher, but. I don't see a world where he's not a better quarterback or as good as a Dak Prescott or a Geno Smith, honestly.
I mean, that's where it's weird to me that there's no Brock.
Where's Jalen Hurts?
Even Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield to me deserves, Jaden Daniels deserves to be there.
Of course, everybody can't be in the top 10.
Right. But, I mean, if you remove some of these guys that.
So let's do it. What quarterbacks would you add to the top 10? Let's list those off real quick.
I think Baker Mayfield has to be in there.
All right, there's one.
Well, Jalen Hurts just, won a Super Bowl.
There's 2.
Put Jalen Hurts.
We're talking about entering the season. Yeah.
Jared Goff. I mean, honestly, Jared Goff.
Okay, you watch your language, young man.
If he said it, we're putting it on the list. Right, everybody chime in. Anybody else?
Jaden Daniels already.
We didn't say Jaden Daniels yet.
So Jared Goff had almost 5,000 yards passing last year, almost 40 interceptions and 40 touchdowns and 15 interceptions.
Right. Let's get
quarterback rate of 108.
Right there.
Yeah, let's get Caleb on the list too for sure.
Get out of there.
AFAM says Tony Romo. All right, so we got 5 now, or no, 4 now. Anybody else? Nobody said Brock Purdy yet. Y'all think Brock Purdy's a top 10 quarterback?
He got paid like one.
Yeah,
sure did.
Yeah.
Put him on the ticker.
All right, so that's 5. Now, let me ask you, with this list, take 5 of these quarterbacks off and replace them with the guys we just listed.
Geno, Dak,
CJ.
Stroud.
Maybe CJ
Herbert.
Stroud, yeah.
CJ and Herbert. So Herbert's not top 10?
No.
Wow. Okay. So that's 4. Give me one more. It's tough, right? And really, the reality is there's probably 2 or 3 in the top tier, and then you got about 10 that are probably in the same tier, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why when you do top 10, it gets tough. And I know people are roasting this guy over the list. They're probably roasting him in the chat as well. It's a tough thing to do. You know, it's a tough thing to just go, all right, these are the top 10, because after you get past, to me right now, I would have to say it's Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow are towards the top. Now, I'm not saying all 4 need to be in the top tier, but those are the 4 that kind of separate themselves.
Right.
Then you got about 10 quarterbacks.
All in the AFC, too.
Right. Now, with Jordan Love, if we remove the second half of the 2023 season, if we remove that, I believe we will be saying Jordan Love is outside of the top 20. But when you add in that second half of the 2023 season, it's like, yeah, you can make a case he's top 10. You know, so with that being said, along with the injuries should never be an excuse, but it's the reality of what happened last year. I think I would probably put Jordan somewhere around, somewhere between 9 and 13, something like that is what I could see. And again, he's probably in that second to third tier. He'd be at the very top of the third tier or towards the bottom or maybe mid of the second tier. Now, if he goes out this year and does what I think he can do, we're going to be talking about him being a top 5 quarterback. I believe that. I think he's going to be even better than he was in his best point last year, because again, it's not like he had a horrible year last year. He had some timely interceptions, don't get me wrong, but he also had a receiving core, had a lot of drops. We've talked about that. Matt LaFleur said they made mental errors as well. So I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun year. Now let's go to the poll question here and see what everyone said on Twitter. We already talked about the YouTube poll. Appreciate everybody voting there. And on X, over on Twitter, it is top 10. Guys, we've got 149 votes over there right now. 56.4% of the voters say top 26% say top 15. 14% say top 5. And then only 2% say top 20. So it seems like
that was AFAM and that 2.7% there. Top
in all his burner accounts, right?
Yeah, all his burner. Yep.
So again, man, that kind of surprised me because X is usually kind of, I don't know, it feels like there's more people who will they'll look at Packer fan in my name and go, well, I'm voting the worst one. You know what I mean? You get a lot of those that trickle in.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that top 10 kind of ran away with it, man, it gives me a lot of hope. It really does. Yep. And again, if you just couple the top 10 and top 15, like just saying, hey, look, he is a top 15 slam dunk, then you're looking at what, 82%, not 83% of the vote say he's at least top 15. So
would he be top 5 on just NFC quarterbacks?
Ooh, that's a great question, man. Let's go. I already closed that one list out. I'm trying to think who do you think are the top quarterbacks?
Dak, Jaden, Jalen Hurts, Love, Stafford.
You got to put
Matt
Baker
Stafford,
on there.
Brock Purdy,
Baker.
Jacob
Baker, I hardly knew him.
Yeah, Jacob. We got Baker, bub. We got him on the list.
Y'all just listed 7, so we're already
43 touchdowns last year. Come on.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's even tough getting him top 5 in just NFC quarterbacks.
I like Baker just for what he did in college, to be honest with you. Like when the Kansas captains refused to shake his hand and he let them have it and then made his little gesture on the sideline. And then, of course, he planted the flag. Where did he plant the flag? Was it Ohio State that he planted the flag? Right in the middle of the field? I'm trying to think of where he did that.
So,
but anyway, he's just one of those dudes. Drew D's coming in hot here, Jacob.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. He's not a top quarterback, LOL. He literally was a top quarterback in yards and touchdowns and interceptions.
Oh, what a rebuttal. He literally.
Give him some.
Y'all cracking me up, man. Oh, man. Baker's one of those dudes that I thought he was a real deal when he was in Cleveland. And then all of a sudden he bounced around the league, and I was like, I guess he ain't, man. There ain't no teams that want to give him a chance. And I'm with Jacob on how he played last year, man. He was man.
Baker's a dog, man.
He is, man. He is. He's definitely one of those dudes that his teammates want to play for him. You hear you won't hear any teammate that's not named Odell Beckham Jr. say anything negative about Baker Mayfield. And OBJ was the beginning of the slide there for sure.
Yeah,
So,
4,700 yards, 43 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. Come on, guys.
Come on,
top
man.
tier.
This isn't Detroit, man. This is a Super Bowl. I bet you've heard that 1,000 times up there on the Minnesota border, ain't you, Jake?
Oh, I hate that guy so much, Paul Allen.
Everybody does. Join the club.
Adrian Peterson rushes ahead for a loss of 1.
Which, by the way, Adrian Peterson's in the news. You guys see that?
Did you? I was just going to ask. Did you see him getting in a fight?
I thought it was Tim at the craps table there at first. I was like, Tim,
Oh man, you know I'm a poker player, man. I don't shoot dice. Come on now.
Put the fists away. What's he doing? Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, go check it out. It's all over X.
Well,
I mean, Adrian
he can't
Peterson
beat on nobody no more.
Hey, that. Jeez, okay, let's edit that out. Golly.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
See, Coach Lynn says AP almost got knocked out. My man was sticking and moving, dude. He had a couple jabs, a couple cross, like he was looking good, right? The AP's opponent, who was obviously unnamed. But I did notice with AP, he just kept coming, boy. He just kept pushing forward. Finally, that dude ran out of room to run, and he was pinned against the wall. It was like, somebody better break this up. AP going to twist his head off his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
That dude,
remember the way he ran with the football? I mean, it was like a gallop that he just like with the whole head and everything.
Yeah, I love that the chat is dropping like Coach Lynn dropping in, and then Brambo says AD got pieced up. He said he's carrying his left a little low. That could have hurt him in the later round. You know what I mean? Just kind of the whole thing here. I love it. 2-0 for this says, please don't make me think of Paul Allen Jacob. He's the worst part of living in Minnesota, other than the rampant drug use, of course. Wow, that escalated quickly. Glad this is a family show. Yeah, I'm with you, Holmes. That's kind of how I seen it. Dude ran. Dude got the heck out of there. He just kept moving back. Like, stand your ground, man. Hit him with a 2-piece and throw the fries in the bag, call it a night. You know what I mean? Why you got to keep backing up like that? I think he realized after about the third punch he threw on him, he's like, oh, crap, this is Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, bad idea.
I think he immediately went back to AP running over that Pittsburgh Steeler. Was that who he ran over? Remember when he just flattened him? What year was that? I think it was the year after he came back from the ACL, which he might have broke the world record for coming back from ACL the quickest. But anyway, what does this have to do with Jordan Love? Absolutely nothing. Anything else on the Jordan Love